Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sore Feet Adventurers. Where we left off, you guys had just traveled out to some of the farms, to the golden fields, and killed some giants, and checked up on the cursed little patch of garden and fields there. And you decide that you're going to head back to town. So, how are you guys going to be traveling?
Well,
are you gonna
imagine Oakrey's cart
for
those of us who are small enough to fit into it?
It's a wagon.
Are you dragging the wagon? Or are you just gonna carry Gunther in one arm and dragging it?
Yeah, pretty much doing that. After you roll a 3 on that. So after 3 hours, go by. Near the end of it, I guess I feel the effects wearing off, and I start hooking up Gunther and start driving the wagon normally. After I shrink down.
How many hours were you affected?
I was only an hour.
Only an hour?
No, you did 2, I think.
Oh, 2 hours, yeah.
2 and I had 3.
Yeah. Then, I guess, with Nahiri on my shoulder, I guess as we're walking back to the other direction, I kind of somehow whisper, because she's very on top, and I guess...
You're very big.
I know, you're big. I know you're fine.
All right, you can if you want. You
attempt
you
at
can
whispering
carry
won't
Nahiri
help
on your
me.
shoulder, even normal size.
Well, she was already on my shoulder.
Hmm.
Yeah. I guess I'll stealthily try to say it.
You gonna reach for your necklace again?
Oh,
That's the thing. Yeah.
that is the thing.
He's not used to having them.
I'll let you know one thing. If
Oh.
you whisper, it'll be just like you're talking, and I'll hear everything.
I mean, I don't care.
I probably won't
You're here.
care, but
I
mean,
can I use that suggestion, DM?
What?
Yeah.
Are you gonna use your sending?
Yeah, I'll use the sending stone.
All right, you try to be stealthy about it.
No, not really.
Okay.
It's not. If I guess Nahiri hears a message. I wanted to apologize for my actions this morning.
Nahiri just kind of looks, and she's just a little mildly confused of why you're using the sending stone, and she just shrugs.
I was trained very hardly my training was tough, and when you got kidnapped, I was worried about you. So I wanted to make sure so you can get your senses up and probably help you so that doesn't happen again.
Out of character. That's so sweet. Okay, in character. Nahiri's gonna pat your head, and she's just like, I didn't realize that was... Oh, she's using Sending Stone as well. I didn't realize that was for such a nice reason. I honestly thought it was just shenanigans. Especially with Oakrey being there.
Sir Oakrey was there just to observe.
You hear he chuckles at that. Not surprised. I do apologize for overreacting. I'm honestly a bit uncomfortable being in someone else's home. To be honest, I don't trust nobles that much. I know she is Ibalsa's mother, but my past has taught me much than I'm concerned, to put it frank.
Do you want to talk about it?
About my concerns?
Well, sure. Or your past, it doesn't matter.
She kind of looks up and she's debating. My past was a rough one. I won't go into specifics, but I learned the hard way not to trust nobles. No matter their status, greater, lesser, anyone with enough coin to get away with things. And they always have some deep, dark secret. I like to think I turned out fairly decent, despite my background. And I don't know. Let me just ask you up front. Can we trust Ibalsa's mother? You seem to know her family fairly well.
Well, this is my first time meeting them, but if Ebulsa and she has met my master, well, my master, Tinesh, I trust her.
Okay. You don't think she's been harsh or anything to Ibalsa? I mean, I haven't seen any signs. She seems fairly loving.
That's not what I first picked up when seeing her.
Okay. I will take your word for it. Thank you. And I will try not to overreact if you do something like that again. She's kind of chuckling. She's like, but forewarning, I am generally a jumpy person.
Understand. And the final thing he says in the thing, it says, I know you're concerned with nobles. I've met a bad few. Some just go for personal gain, but I've met some that do it for the people and do it for the kindness of their heart. And then he just goes this down and then just starts focus on walking. Well, keeps focusing on the journey ahead.
All right.
Yeah. And here he's gonna end up dozing on his shoulder at some point, halfway
Laying
there.
on shoulders.
Yeah.
Bell.
Bell is gonna pull out his book and cast Detect Magic as a ritual on the carrot. And if it's okay, he's gonna start chomping on it as a snack.
Were you just touching magic?
Just make sure it's chill, it's just a carrot.
It's not gonna scream when you eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems to be just a normal, while large, but a normal carrot.
He's gonna snack on it.
All right.
Just totally low key. He just nonchalantly opens book, casts it, and then starts chomping on the carrot.
It is very nutritious and
Yeah.
it's quite crunchy.
And full of screams.
All right.
Makes you want to yell.
Never forget.
All right. Since it's been about 3 hours, you do know you have another hour, maybe 2, depending on how your pace is going. You do run to. You're a little faster than kind of the common folks. You do run to kind of a crowd, kind of slows you down. As you're kind of getting kind of closer to it. So it takes you a little longer. Anything else gonna do? Anything else on the way there? Or?
I'm gonna yell loudly through dwarvish cussing. Get the fuck out of my way.
You get some heads turned. You see it's mostly just some of the halfling races look like some humans. They just look at you, look up belief, and you get some head shakes that you so some of the older crowders they'll wag their fingers. You're like, no, don't do that.
Also, Satan common too. Get the fuck out of my way.
You get more gas as you're like,
Sir Okri, please. These are just civilians.
Just hear
Mine and
Balsa
their-
groan from the back.
Here he's full on dozing. She's not paying attention.
I guess I look over to you and say, do you think that makes me care? They're in my way.
now you get some of them move out of the way, but that just takes you a little time. It looks like they're kind of torn on. Here, as the word spreads that the giants have been defeated, some other kind of actually turn around and head back the way they just came. So, I guess the word kind of spreads further. It actually gets easier to go. And you do see Honey Shore in a little distance, because you're closer to the shore.
Okay.
It's about around 8 or 9 when you guys get back. Probably closer to 9. So it's like
Okay.
9, getting to be 10. It's pretty late. You see the torches have been lit over in Honey Shore. Kind of in the distance, you see the sun's going down. It still gives you a beautiful view of the town, but within an hour, you're going to lose the sunlight. Maybe at most an hour and a half.
Okay. I guess once we get up to the fence of the manor, I'll set up camp. And I'm just gonna start, I guess, maintaining the weapons and whatnot.
Okay. You pull up in the town, or where you guys could just ask where you're going to go, or you're just going to go back to your state?
As well
I'm
as,
just going back to the
Back to the
state.
lowland
yeah.
estate.
Yeah, it's
Are we still
kinda
giant?
late.
What?
Okay. Just
Probably worn off by now.
No, you're not giant. Yeah, we're off on the way.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was wondering.
So you head back to the lowland
I
estate.
mean, if you wanted to be, I got one more. saving that for me though.
So you head there. You head to the Lowen estate. You do see there do seem to be kind of not really commotion. You notice there's still people who look like they're getting ready, more closer to you're guessing it'd be a celebration. You saw stuff like kind of like this in Freehaven, but you guess kind of a smaller scale. Here, kind of some hammers in the distance, so still constructing. You get to your estate, Lowen estate, and one of the servants does approach you all. And says, hello, Lady Lowen, lady, your mother wished to speak to you.
Okay.
You're all welcome to go as well. I can have someone feed and I can bring your goat to the stables and have him fed.
I suppose so.
And you probably just park your wagon right outside the gate, or
Yeah.
you're gonna go in the courtyard with it.
I'll bring it to the courtyard.
Okay, you bring it to the courtyard, and some other servants kind of come and take your goat and bring him over to the stables. Get there to the stables. So.
Sora's just gonna go to the party, and it's just so I'm gonna go look around in the town. This place looks nice. I want to see if there's anything to find here to buy.
Mind you, don't get sloshed.
Are you
We're
gonna
not going to stay here for a while.
Are you gonna wake Nahiri up? She's like passed that on you.
Can this one sleep in your wagon?
You're kind of indicating to Nahiri.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm gonna say just you do remember you guys each had your own.
Oh,
rooms.
true. I guess I'll just take her to her room and just sit her on the bed.
Okay, you kind of walk through the hallways. You do. Who's gonna go inside the manor?
Me.
I will be going
Search.
All right.
on the promise of free food, since there is a festival going on.
It's not going on now. It's another
2 days.
next night.
Oh, well, shoot. I don't think we'll be here for that.
Yeah, we will. You agreed to it.
What? Where?
Well, you guys might be. I might not.
All right.
Can I roll to see as soon as he like jostles her if she wakes up, if I wake up or not?
Roll a con if you want. Roll con. What was your?
A Constitution. So that is a 15.
Yeah, you kind of wake up, kind of open your eyes, and look around. It seems he's kind of moved in. He's kind of carrying you in his arms, carrying you through the hallways.
Yeah. So you just feel her like jump at some point.
Oh,
Who? What? Where?
Miss Nahiri. Oh, I was just going to take you to your room so you could sleep. Are you awake now?
And she kind of was like groggily looking around. When did I fall asleep?
Oh, it was on the way back.
And then you can see like she slowly, like you see like her cheek like slowly start like turning purple, and she's like she's embarrassed at this point, and she just starts stuttering. I'm so sorry, and she's gonna try to get out of your arms.
All right. Put it down.
And I tell her, Ibolsa's with their mother right now. I'm gonna go take a look at the town, see what's out there.
Okay. And she's like just trying to rub the sleep out of her eyes. Mind if I join you? I want to look for a bookstore.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
All right. You're just gonna head on out.
Yeah. And also, I'm keeping my eyes in case I see Teenish and trying to stealthily try
Yeah,
to get
I
the...
knew that was your ulterior motive. Say, scared child.
It would have been out of character, but I was really tempted to just have Ibalsa say, I'll tell Tinish you were here.
Oh, jeez.
All right. You try to make your way kind of through the hallways. You do know the hallway kind of leads you to over by where the dining area was, and you kind of walk back. You see everyone else kind of is congregated towards the table where you do see Lady Lowland kind of sitting there, kind of drinking some tea and eating just kind of light, maybe maybe some light food.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much. You guys just gonna sneak on by?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay. You're gonna just hide, or you're just gonna walk by?
If I could stealthily try to walk by and pass.
Hey, you can walk past. They'll just if you're walking, if you're not stealth, then people are just gonna see you and like, oh no.
Yeah, I'll stealthily walk past if that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
You walk past. You're not rolling stealth or anything, you're just walking.
I'm rolling stuff.
Okay.
Oof.
11.
Oof.
You kind of walk. You kind of just you kind of going by. You kind of your side. You just kind of go and you hit like a tapestry. Just falls hits the ground. You like look down and just, everybody at the table just turns and looks at you.
You're like the kid coming late in the class.
Sora grabs his thinks he grabs his holy symbol, but then he just grabs the sending stone, and you just all hear shit. Bahamut, why me?
I grab my holy symbol. Yeah, totally. I grab the sending signal.
What we're calling it now?
Yeah, here's the so. I grab the sending stone.
Group chat is a sacred space.
And this is my Christian Minecraft server. Get the fuck out. Either way, so I grab my sending stone and I ask, "Why so glum?"
Where am I in this?
I'm thinking you probably just sat down at the table, right? Probably
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay, you hear. I think Sora knocked something over.
So
I'm gonna come out of the kitchen with
I
2 platters full of food for myself and kind of shuffling over to the table, looking down over where.
Sora then just quickly tries to put the tapestry back up.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
Put on the hooks.
And then fuck it, Sora just runs.
Alright, are you following Sora?
She's standing in the hallway cackling the entire time. And she'll casually follow him after he runs.
Alright, we're going to see you at the table. You see Sora looking, pick up the tapestries. Just takes the bolt out. You hear heavy feet. No stealth involved. And you see the laughing here.
I guess I'm gonna go over the table and set down 1 platter for everyone, and then for snacks and whatnot, and then the main platter for myself. Find a chair to eat.
You're gonna find a chair to eat?
Yes.
Wow.
He needs fiber.
Yeah.
Really do.
After that toenail juice.
After the other two leave, you kind of see your mother kind of looking at where the other two left and just kind of sipping her tea. Well, my love, was the journey fruitful? Did you ease the farmer's nerves?
Yes. But also, there were giants there.
Giants?
Uh-huh.
She kind of
3 giants.
And they were brought there by, according to the person I talked to, a shadowy woman. And that's literally the only description I could get from him.
you kind of see her look over her faces.
They were brought through, I guess, like a dark portal or something.
I had heard that there were giants abound. The rumors spread from some traveling citizens. She kind of goes, "Are you hurt?"
No, I'm fine. I'm just kind of more concerned with the fact that someone actually used magic to bring them there. Also, they were starving, so they were kind of eating everything.
Kind of see a worried look on her face.
I figured I'd talk to Mayor Wilston tomorrow.
Hopefully we can get paid properly for this endeavor.
Well, you do know the common masses, all the farmers are quite superstitious and they tend to exaggerate.
Well, the
What?
cursed field was an exaggeration. The 2 brothers, I guess, who own the field, trusted some complete stranger to bless their field so it would harvest itself. It's not cursed, it's fine.
I believe these giants were no exaggeration. were they?
No, the giants weren't. They were unrelated to the field.
I've got some toes to prove it to you if you want.
Please don't put that on the table.
That's quite all right. So,
It's back in the wagon.
but as for the Lord Mayor, I'm afraid he wishes to speak with you and your party tonight.
Tonight. Okay, well that makes things faster, I guess.
I do not know much, but apparently a parcel came in from Freehaven.
Oh, okay.
I do not know what was on them, was not addressed to me. It was in these notes, but there was a letter for you and your friends, and she kind of pauses as she kind of looks under her drink. The Lord Mayor seemed worried.
It's probably got to do with our job.
I know you are might be tired from your journey, but I believe it not best to keep the Lord Mayor waiting.
Ebolsa nods.
When do they wish to meet? Of the hour? Of the next?
I was told to direct you there once you arrived.
Okay.
Ogre's gonna just shove off from the table, grab a handful of like grapes and cheese, and start walking. And it stops, turns around, and says, "Well, we might as well go now."
Ebolsa stands up. She does turn to her mom and says, has Tanish been around?
You guys are getting up. You see your mother get up and kind of walk up to you. Tinish awoke and is headed to Lord Mayor's mansion.
Okay.
She kind of puts her hands on her, kind of on her shoulder, gives you a light hug, and just
Yeah, I give my mom
tell
a hug.
you, be mindful of your companions, and kind of gives nods to all of you, and as well as mind your manners in front of the Lord Mayor. I will fare thee a good night. She kind of does a light bow and kind of heads off.
I'm gonna grab my sending stone and do a group chat and direct it towards both the Dragonborn
At Sora.
and Nahiri, and say, "We're all to meet at the Lord Mayor's mansion. We'll be talking about stuff. Should all be there."
Copy that, Sir Okri.
And you hear a dwarvish cuss word towards you, Sora. Then you hear Okri in
I
comments
speak Dwarvish.
say,
What did it say?
"Fuck you, you blasted dragon scaly worm. I'm no fucking noble." And then it says in common, "You think I'm a knight? Now do ya? I'm a master craftsman."
Is this still in group chat?
Yes.
Yeah.
See ya there. And then he leaves.
I send back. My apologies, Sir Craftsman Okri.
You hear, Sir Master Craftsman Okri.
He doesn't retort.
He left
Just
the group.
ignores it.
Here's too occupied with books. She's ignoring all of y'all.
Well, seems that we have somewhere to be. On the way to this to the mansion. Do I spot Olaf by any chance?
Olaf? Through the town?
Yeah.
You do not see Olaf. Well, you do see some other guards. Like they're just doing their rounds.
Okay.
But like most of the shops are kind of closed. It's getting kind of late. If the ones who aren't closed, looks like they're kind of starting to close up. Tavern's still open. You hear the noise and you hear some like songs and some movements. Maybe I'm guessing there's like movements and dancing. Normal tavern.
I say just 1 second. I take a peek inside the tavern because last time I remember Okri was talking. I saw Okri talking with Olaf.
You look at the tavern. Are you looking for anything or?
Looking for Olaf.
All right. Are you looking there? You see Olaf is not there.
Okay, then.
You see a bunch of his guards look to be there, and looks like they're keeping the peace. Kind of look like they might be
Bored out of their mind.
drinking on duty, but you don't know. You're not sure. You just see some more of a lot of guards drinking. You see a lot of the refugees, and they're enjoying. They're having a good time.
I just turn back and I go over to Nahiri and say, "All right, let's get on our way."
Did you need a drink or something, or?
Oh no! I don't drink, but I guess I can tell you. I don't know how to talk to Saoirse.
Somewhere far away, I sniff and then look around like,
So, and I noticed Saoirse likes those flowers, so I was thinking if I can get Olaf to get some flowers for her.
Nahiri's chuckling. As much as I'm sure she would enjoy it, I think the gesture might come off wrong. Unless, are you trying to ask Saoirse out?
What? No. Well, I wanted. I don't know. It just feels like we never really talk, so it's just trying to get a conversation going, you know?
Saoirse, from what I'm able to gather of her, how do I describe her? She like puts, as you can tell, she's quiet. She's sweet, but quiet. Think of, how do you people word these? Oh, jeez. She's trying to.
How did Dragonborns word this?
No, something more. I can only think of phrases me and my brother would use, and it's inside jokes you guys wouldn't understand. I'm just trying to figure out how everyone else words this. She's a shy person. Let's just say that. She is shy and quiet. She seems like she has good intentions for the most part. I don't know too much of why she's with us, honestly. But I think just she seems pretty intimidated by size. I would just say be gentle with her.
I tried compliment her on how she does in the battlefield, but obviously found out she doesn't like that.
She doesn't seem to like fighting very much. I don't think she grew up fighting.
A kind soul.
Yes. Out of character, didn't Sora scare her at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was unintentional, though.
Was that on an airship?
When did that happen? It's been
Out
so
of
long.
character, what does Nahiri mean by you people?
That's what I was gonna say. That's why I was like. That's why I said you.
She was meaning anybody outside of her and her brother.
Yeah.
They have their own bubble,
Yes.
their own world.
Yeah.
There was a
Moving
time
on.
where on the I think the Gilded Isle we were all meeting up. You scared the shit out of Saoirse by accident.
Yeah, I would never do it on purpose, like except for when I.
Something to
it
do
has-
with a statue.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were gathering near it. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, running at you guys.
Oh yeah.
Right, because you had been there first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Back in character, Nahir just looks like, didn't you scare Saoirse when we first met?
Yes.
That
That's
might-
right.
That might be why she's
All right.
not quite as fond.
I'll try.
Maybe just don't scream at her, I guess.
But I haven't screamed at her.
Don't be loud. I don't think she likes loud.
Okay. I'll try.
Just treat her like you would a... Do you ever dealt with, like, small children? Non-Dragonborn children?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's.
Maybe go about that way?
But I've never had to change. This is just my normal voice, so.
Just speak softer.
Okay.
Saoirse is baby.
Okay.
All right. You guys just talking while you're on your heading up
Yeah.
off the way. All right. You find more refugee kind of groups as you're approaching there. Were you guys doing anything while you're in there?
I was just gonna say something. On the way to
Do you sneeze?
yes, I sneeze.
Weird sneeze fit.
Just like I'm not allergic to anything.
It's not cold either.
Yeah, it's like temporary. It's
Weird.
like-
You guys gonna do anything as you're heading there? Or so is Oakley, Bell, and Balta. You
I'm just man in the cart or the wagon.
You're gonna bring your wagon?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to the Lord's Manor.
Yeah. I mean, it's close by. It's not too far. You're gonna bring your wagon. Or you're just gonna walk there.
I would walk if I knew it was just close by.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's in the town.
The festival is that tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Okay, yeah, Eval's is just gonna think about that.
Okay. Y'all, you kind of meet up. There's kind of Nahiri and Sora, as you were out in the town. You kind of get there first and just kind of You just wait for him. A couple minutes go by as you were talking. Time the rest of the group is meet you there.
All right. As soon as Saoirse gets like 30 feet, Sora just tries and goes, "Hey, Saoirse."
Wait, are you whispering?
He's not.
Stop. Paint the scene. I want to understand where we are.
So you guys, I guess we're at like near the gate. So Sora kind of sees you and kind of turns to his side, so he's not like so he's not looking at you, trying not to be trying to not see his face in front of you.
Search like an animal,
And then
like you're a predator or something.
and you just see like Sora very hard trying to talk and say,
Not looking your direction in a very shady manner.
Saoirse, how are you today?
You do notice this large Frank. He is whispering.
Okay, so I guess I'm just outside admiring the flowers and immediately like, kind of like, what? What's going? And I notice you facing away. It's like, I'm doing pretty well for the most part.
Good. That's good.
Can the rest of us hear?
He's not hiding it, so Zach is whispering. You can all hear this whispering.
Sora, is your voice okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I mean,
Sadie here in the background, like, she's like, oh my gosh, like, what is he doing?
Do I take? Are you in?
She's probably standing next to him, and she's gonna grab her sending stone, like, very obviously grab her sending stone, and Sora, she's like, that's not what I meant. Eye contact is important.
I'm gonna look at you, Nahiri, as a Korean. I'm gonna mouth the words, "What did you do?" and put my hands on my hips.
I guess like he steps back 10 more feet and he looks in your direction and
You can't really
goes,
go back 10 feet as you find you're pretty close to the gate and just
okay, he tries to like as close as he can, like
kind of back to some arch, kind of leads
Yeah.
into
And-
the grounds, and you do know there's other.
I'm looking
refugees
at you, but I'm also kind of looking down, so it doesn't make it look like I'm kind of looking down, so I'm not like looking like trying to not be less intimidating and just like say still whispering.
Still looking at their feet.
Yeah, pretty much looking at
Okay.
their feet and I go, so what you do today? How was the meal?
Convulsa's gonna lean over and be like, Saoirse, do you know what's going on?
I haven't any idea what's going on. I had a couple bricks of cheese. That was tasty. What's going on?
I go over to Nahiri.
You seem incredibly
Fantastic joke! I haven't seen something as awkward as this before.
You seem incredibly reserved than you usually are. Is something the matter?
No, everything's fine. I'm doing good.
You're just gonna walk over and pat Sora's arm, be like, it looks at Saoirse as well. She's like, I'm sorry, he mistook my advice. Just
Advice?
Sora, she's just gonna look. She's like, you took this wrong. You talk normally, just soft.
Convulsa's gonna
But
turn
this
to
is my
Belle and be
normal
like, Let's
voice."
go inside.
As you're kind of all standing there talking, you notice you're getting more attention. Some of the refugees are still awake, kind of by the fires. You're kind of looking in your direction, like, what's going on?
I'm just gonna jut
let's
my chin
go.
out, kind of like tell him to bugger off.
They look back to the fire.
Then Sora goes to her normal voice. Does this voice work for you?
Let's go now.
Yeah. Convulsa and Valrosa then head inside.
Kind of walk past you all, kind of into the grounds. And kind
Out of game. It's like, you can't escape the awkward Saoirse. It was bound for you eventually.
So Okri speaks up, noticing you two leaving, and says, "We're supposed to be here on important business. We might as well head it all together."
I see. Correct.
We don't stop walking.
No.
Are y'all gonna fall afterwards?
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow in the very last part.
Let's finish this bit.
Okay.
All right, what do you gotta do?
Well, Sora's just standing there looking at you his normal way, like eyes now looking directly in your eyes, kind of like a hawk.
So, from your perspective to you, is this large 7-foot dragonborn is kind of looking down, but he seems to be looking past you, kind of like at your feet. Just
Well, now he's looking up because he's looking at her normally.
okay,
but-
how it started, and then you see like the eyes rise.
Yes.
Meets you eye to eye.
I can't. It's like ever so slight. You could probably pick up on this, but I kind of like
Lean back?
lean back a little. Just like
And uneasiness.
a little uneasy. Just like, what is this about? You seem really flustered.
I guess as these three leave, or are you still here?
I'm still here.
God.
Enjoy this.
Oh boy. Looks at Okri, and then
I give you a shit-eating grin.
and I'm sorry, Miss Saoirse. I just don't know how to act around you because I feel like I scare you sometimes.
Oh, I'm easily scared. It's just par for the course.
I kind of want. I know we've started off on the wrong foot, and I was seeing if we can be more friendly.
Oh,
Are you friends with him? Do you want to be friends with him?
Mr.
Yes.
Okri, please stop.
Well, we have two important guests waiting for us inside. The sooner the better. You fought alongside each other, so you can trust him.
I do trust you.
So you're friends.
Yes.
Okay,
I will say for the most
that's
part.
good. Let's go.
Nahiri starts pushing Sora behind, just like, go.
Alright, and Sora just starts.
We've
And
got a
then
good
say-
head start on them.
And you just-
And
you gotta-
if Sora looks back behind him, I kind of give him a thumbs up.
What?
All right.
did go
Yeah. So Belle and Boss, you kind of got a really good head start on them. You kind of walk towards. There's some guards over at the door, kind of gonna stop you and asking pretty much. Except when the guards is like, oh.
We have an audience with the Lord Mayor.
He is expecting us.
All right. He has guests. I will go in and check. I'll be back. And kind of goes to the door. It's a little bit of time. You do notice your other four companions are making their way towards where you are.
How are they looking?
Sora's just kind of has his normal dead face, looking always angry.
He
face.
has a rag sniffling his nose.
I look perplexed.
How do you look, Nahiri?
What's the mood?
Yeah.
She's mildly bemused.
Okay, well, that answers that for you.
He also just turns to Belle and shrugs.
He kind of like pinches his nose up between his eyes.
When Nahiri gets close to you guys, she's just gonna put her hands on her hips. She's like, well, that was the most awkward conversation I've ever heard. And just sighs. Kind of laughing.
All
I'm under
right.
the impression it was your fault.
Technically, it was Sora's. He mistook my advice.
All right. With that, the guard kind of shows back up. All right, you may all enter. They hold the door open for you.
As you've also passes you, she
Lord
just
Mayor's
pats you on the
expecting you.
shoulder once.
As we all enter, I turn to the guard and say, "You might want to lock the door."
Kind of like you say, confused, look under the helmet, just.
I give him the okay sign. I turn towards Sora and say, "Sora, remember the two guests that we're waiting for?
Yes, why?
Well, one is going to bring me entertainment because I didn't want to be here. I'm going to grab onto your leg so you don't get away. That person is Teenish."
You just feel every part of his body just tense up. And
I am going to enjoy this.
Sora just sighs and starts just prepping himself, just like fixing his like
The peacocking.
yeah, his tendril hair and like stuff like that, and
He's
like
got a preen.
and like making sure like his battle axes are like aligned perfectly, dust off. Luckily, he has robes that are clean and mending proof, so they.
I hope you're not going to run away, are ya?
You're not hiding this, right? You're just doing this like, oh.
Yeah.
All right, you guys made your way. Kind of, you're in like the foyer, kind of this entryway. You're all kind of stops like halfway, and he starts. You hear kind of some kind of noise. He's kind of making himself look more presentable.
Balsa sighs, but doesn't stop him.
Belle understands very much. Nothing unusual here.
Nahiri's gonna lean over to you, Balsa. Should I be concerned with meeting Teenish?
You're not her pupil, so no.
Okay, thank God. I didn't want to change.
And then it's like, I will never run away. From this,
Insight check.
from this,
Do I believe him?
I was,
I'm gonna roll insight too.
I mean, I was meant to say like I was never gonna run away from this, but
Okay, cool.
You ran away yesterday morning.
from this.
And this one.
It's not a very good
From
roll,
this
but that's 7.
matter because
Yeah.
we also have other important business. Is that
Yeah,
way?
yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't like
Well, with an insight of 22, I think I
fuck.
lean into that.
I'm not really
better than
lying. I'm
seven.
just
At
saying
20
like, if this is like
22,
important, then yeah.
You understand it's
then-
important. He's not gonna run from his trainer, master.
You all would see me
Spirit.
look a little disheartened.
You don't really know Sora enough, the relationship between Sora and Teenish enough, but you understand that he's on edge. And you'd be kind of relatable to you and your mom.
Yep.
So that's what the best you can do.
Yep.
Nahir's gonna turn to Sora and be like, is that why you wanted to come to town? To get away from Teenish? Sora?
Valrothian looks
Oh.
expectantly towards you.
Lifts lip and holds hold his sending stone and also praying to his holding his amulet. He's like saying, please be quiet. I do not want her to hear me.
Nahiri just she just puts her hand to her mouth and just, she's trying not to laugh.
All right, we're just gonna
Yeah, I mean I'm
keep walking by.
yeah.
All right, you do see there's the familiar room. You do see kind of one of the rooms to your left. You see the familiar kind of study, and you do see a familiar thin form in there. Kind of looks like busily away over there in kind of a dim light. See the coin master over there, busy at work. Kind of it looks like it'd be a couple of pages there, kind of close by, helping them. And you do see one of the guards kind of motioning towards a larger door, kind of further back there too. Looks like it leads to another larger chamber, kind of another double door.
Go
Okay.
to the big one.
Yep. Head back to the double door.
I don't have to talk to the coin master. I'm not going to.
All right,
Not yet.
you go to the guard. Just the guard's there. You see the other servant come in, comes in, just legit to wait. Kind of goes in, kind of opens the door quietly, and closes it. The professor, you hear some soft voices. You know there's more than one person in there. Saoirse. Everyone else you kind of hear just kind of muffled through the doors. After a little bit, the door kind of opens again. The servant goes and opens the door and motions for you to come in.
Go in.
I go in.
All right. You all kind of walk in. The servant exits, kind of close the door behind you. And you're in a pretty dark room. And the only light sources really is looks to be a kind of a fireplace and a large hearth. And in there you do see, who has night vision here? Well, okay, Saoirse, so this is the vision. I'm gonna say you can see through the dim light, so everyone else can see pretty well. Just except Saoirse, you're just kind of going off the light. You do see kind of there's some further chairs away. Looks like there is a smaller framed individual kind of sitting down. You do see a larger framed person who'd be, those in night vision do familiarize, looks like a dragonborn.
I'm gonna start elbowing Sora in I guess the hip, because that's how tall I am, with a shit-eating grin.
Looks to be a
He's not even
kind of the
he's
light
so
goes by,
focused
so
on-
she would see the kind of light goes by, kind of trickles across. You do see a little kind of a lights up, and there looks to be a golden scales on this dragonborn. Looks to be, with your perception, say you do actually kind of catch the briefs. Looks like there's thick, worn parts of the scale. Look like they were scars and were cut into. They're wearing just a normal tunic, kind of very clean, but just plain.
I nudge even harder.
And they seem to be kind of have a hand on the back of one of these chairs with a smaller frame person sitting. And kind of closer to you, right in front of the fireplace is be the kind of in his little wheelchair there with a small table next door to him. He kind of, the Lord Mayor, he's kind of just looking up above the fireplace.
You also clears your throat and says, hello, we're all here.
And he's still staring over at the looks kind of a freak cell with a picture above the fireplace.
What's the picture?
You see from it kind of fire, the flame going off, kind of light kind of moving through his face, and you look above it. Looks to be a picture of looks to be a younger man. It looks kind of like him, and he's got looks like he's standing there with a woman and two daughters there. Looks like.
So would I, having grown up here, know who these are?
For this is his family.
Yeah.
He's kind of just staring at them. It looks like he's kind of in his more of his kind of the Bloodgate uniform. He's standing there kind of posing for his picture, and he's just staring up at it. It seems to be just kind of supposed to be in deep thoughts.
Mayor Wilston?
He kind of moves a little bit into his head. I'm sorry, I got caught in my thoughts.
It's fine.
Yes, come in. Attend me. He kind of puts his hands down his lap. He just motions for you all to come closer.
Ibalsa glances over at Teenish and then back to the mayor as she approaches.
Tina's just bows her head a little bit, usually polite like nod.
She doesn't say anything, she just approaches.
I give a knowing nod to Teenish,
You get a nod back.
and I guess I approach.
I do a bow.
Kind of get a look and then you get a nod. With that, you approach the Lord Mayor. He's just, well, I suppose rumors have reached us about these giants in the farmlands. I do believe they're probably swiftly dealt with.
Yes, they're dead now, but the person who summoned them wasn't there.
Summoned.
One of the farmers I talked to spoke of a shadowy woman who opened a portal and led 3 giants through it. I didn't get a better description than shadowy woman.
It is quite distressing. But I thank you for your service. I will see too that you're all rewarded for your deed.
You should let it be known that your... the gentlefolk. What's his name?
Who?
The one who offered his own coin.
Oh, Garth?
Garth was willing to pay us his own coin.
Whatever Garth is willing to pay, I will cover the cost for.
That sits fine with me.
But I hope we can put the giant matter at rest. I will look into it more and see what the locals have to say about it. And for the matter at hand, Freehaven. I understand you are here on a mission.
Yeah, we're passing through here on the way to our destination.
And where is this?
In the east.
He's thinking, he's kind of closes his eyes. If I were going from my experience, I'm guessing you're off to Magic Gate. He's kind of staring, kind of looking around. All
Ibalsa nods.
Seeking allies for this civil war. If I'm correct.
Nods again.
Kind of grabs, looks like from the small table next to me, kind of reach over and kind of grabs them. One of the letters looks like it had a kind of a wax seal on it was broken, and kind of holds that, pulls out the papers. This is from Lord Faustus Freehaven. He's asking Honeyshore for aid in this the coming conflicts that he predicts will happen. As his agent, I believe you would be more readily communication with them. I will tell you I will not send military aid to Freehaven. My people have suffered enough. Most of them are farmers.
With all due respect.
He kind of puts his hand up. I will help in establishing supply lines.
If I may. I'm from Honeyshore, and I'm helping Fostis. I think that's good enough. Supply lines, I suppose, would be fine, but was he asking for military aid?
I believe he's asking for all aid from all towns and all who are willing and able. If you are not from Bloodgate, of those who have been to Bloodgate, you would know they have a quite strong military force. He kind of looks at you, Ogre, as he says it.
That they do.
I myself came from there. Old veteran. I will not send these farmers and refugees off to die.
Ebul's is nodding vigorously.
Judge me as you will. My concerns go out to the people first. Now then, who is Belrothian?
And he does like a mini bow.
Kind of pulls up another letter and it's kind of waxy and he goes, "This came from you, from Freehaven."
He'll take it.
He's basically you're just looking at and putting it away. He's like, "You may open it at your leisure. It's meant for you."
Then he will hold off for now.
It was delivered by parcel by airship. On the, I believe what is it? Ildeshards, that's the family. Ildeshard. Sorry. I'm not too familiar with the House of Freehaven, but I know some. They do some trading. After this, and I've also heard news from, it's kind of pointing more, my guests. It's kind of pointing to the two individuals you see, and they bring even more distressing news. I fear I must prepare a letter to send to Lord Faustus. Well, I will kind of allow them to speak their part. Kind of looks like kind of leans back more and looks kind of tired. See a large frame of Teenage kind of take a step forward and kind of more delight, kind of envelopes more, and see kind of the brilliance of her, the golden scales. Quite shiny, makes more of a shimmers around the room a little bit from the firelight. You see kind of the worn look. She's a large frame, not as large, tall, and as thick as your Sora. Seems to be well.
She's kind of elderly.
Yeah, she kind of looks to be from your guess. If you're a Dragonborn, you've known her very well. It looks to be kind of ages getting to her. She looks kind of more worn and weary. You see kind of the many scars kind of running across her scales, and the simple tunic she's wearing. She kind of nods. Hello. It is good to see you, Tinish. Sora?
You just call me Danish.
Oh, sorry.
Tinish.
What? No.
Tinish, I know you're getting old, but I didn't think you were that old.
Yes.
You look like me back in the day.
It's good to see you, Ibosa. Kind of goes up and kind of gives you a pat on the head. I see you have met up with Sora.
Can I talk to you about that later?
Can I insight check what's her tone of voice?
I want an insight check as well.
All right, you guys can roll.
Okay, that's not too bad.
That's a 23.
That's a 18.
You see, she's kind of serious as kind of the tone is kind of adds more tension in the room as she's kind of light, trying to lighten it up, but she's equally as kind of being very serious at the moment.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Important subjects at hand.
Okay, gotcha.
So no anger at you right now.
Sweet.
I'm glad that you have made it here. Perhaps I'd have busy fending off the remains of these pirates that I've found. And I've alerted the the Lord Mayor to there might be roving bands. I merely am here as emotional support for a guest. Kind of motion for a small individual sitting on the chair.
Ibolsa looks at the guest.
Kind of hooded right now. They got kind of a fine hood. You do see long hair kind of coming down.
Who's the guest?
Kind of nods and kind of looks at you, also kind of calm yourself.
Ibolsa's
Steps
looking
back.
really confused.
And you see this kind of hood goes up, and you see a kind of older elvish woman. And
Seraph?
this looks like Sarah, the handmaid of Myria.
Ibolsa's gonna approach her.
Everyone else you see just kind of a fine, kind of greenish, kind of brownish tunic, and an elderly elvish woman. You know she's not as old as some other elves, but she's getting up there in age.
Oh.
She's definitely older than your mother. And it's kind of long, kind of silverish, kind of blondish hair. Looks kind of swirls into kind of changing. You walk up to her, and she's has a cane, kind of nods to you, and basically going, "Young Ibosa, how are you?"
I'm alright. I'm glad you made it here safely.
She kind of her looks kind of goes across her face, kind of worry. Well, I did have assigned guards heading here. Kind of speaks out, kind of says a couple words in Elvish.
What'd she say?
Who else speaks Elvish? Okay, you all hear she says had.
Ibolsa just looks a little downcast. Says, I'm sorry for everything that's happened.
Kind of, you are not to blame. It is things in Bloodgate are hectic. The High Lord Tiberius seems to be shifting lots of belief and power into his son. He's now High Marshal and leader of the main military force behind Bloodgate. It was his plan, his battle plan is what affected Freehaven, and I fear he has other plans. I do not know which they are. I am not a tactician, I am sorry. I do know that Lord Tiberius is not himself.
Do you know, in what way?
I believe he's either forcing the other officers to accept his son as the new High Lord, to respect his rule and orders, and I fear he's letting this affect his judgments.
It doesn't really match up to what I've heard about him.
No, he is a very dutiful lord and cares deeply for his people and the protection of Utherincia. What I understand is that I believe he has agreed with his son that to win this civil war, drastic measures must be taken. But she kind of brings up, reaching out her bag, a gift. Kind of pulls out a bundle of cloth, unwraps it, and it's kind of a wooden case from Amelia.
Oh.
Kind of presents it to you.
Ebalsa takes it.
Alright.
She looks at Seraph. She hasn't opened it yet. She's just holding it in her hands. She just glances at Seraph, a little unsure.
Yeah, shakes her head. It was the reason for my journeying here to meet you.
Okay. Ebalsa opens the lid, I guess.
Look, it's a finely carved container of pretty much a wooden carving. As you open it, you do see a kind of ring in there.
A what?
A ring.
Okay.
It is. Do you have a confused look?
Yeah, she's definitely looking confused.
It is a sending stone.
Oh.
One of a pair. One for you and for Miriam.
Okay. She's gonna close it and then put it in her bag and slowly look up past Seraph and kind of stare at the wall. She's kind of taking that in.
I was instructed to tell you, be careful when you wish to speak to Miriam. I would speak at night only, as I have been exiled from Bloodgate.
I know, she told me.
Would, let's get their both their close names. That Barat, Lord Strada, High Lord Strada, wished to have me killed. Lord Straga kind of looks around at everyone. He wished to forgive me for my years of loyalty, and Tiberian agreed, and through his speaking with his brother, instead I was exiled. I believe some assassins were sent after me.
Do you have a place that's safe to stay?
I don't think they'll follow me here. Most of my guard detail, the guards held them off as I took an airship and found myself here. And she just kind of leans back and just... I will do what I can to help you, but I'm no warrior. I can tell you what I know, what I've seen.
Well, knowledge isn't something to be underestimated.
Kind of just nods and looks to be at rest. I just see it's kind of a silence in the room.
It also looks like she's vibrating in place, almost like she wants to do something. She leans forward and gives Seraph a hug.
Harris she looks kind of shocked and she kind of puts her arm around him.
She just says, "Thank you."
Kind of shakes and kind of feel like the shaking on her a little bit too. As she kind of taking it and just nods her head and kind of feel how actual tired she is. Looks like she kind of just got here not too long ago.
Yeah, Elsa's just going to do her best to be a comforting presence.
All right. Anyone else gonna do anything?
Yep. I'm going to leave the room.
Yeah, leave the room is kind of get uncomfortable.
Not really my business.
All right. Kind of leave the room and you see Teenage kind of after you leave, kind of go to the door. Just kind of open it up and serve on the other side. Just kind of close it behind you. Teenage motions for your boss to move, and she says, "I'll take her to your family's estate, where she'll have a room."
Okay.
She kind of nods and kind of helping her up. We will talk later.
He also nods at her,
Kind of walks off.
schools herself, and then moves back to like the rest of everyone.
As soon as the door closes and I hear the footsteps go farther and farther,
You just
Wait.
sag.
I just sigh.
You do see the that happens. Leaving High Lord is just in there and just. I suppose if you wish to give me a report on happenings at Freehaven, now would be the best time.
Yeah. He also. Are you still out of the room, Okri?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Ogre
Okay,
just-
left.
Okay, she's looking around. She's not seeing Okri. Well, hold on. Out of character.
You're just gonna look
Oh,
around.
do you want us to in characterly
You can do it in
rehash
character.
it?
If
Oh.
you can just
I
tell
was
them
like-
some minor things if you want, or not, you don't need to go the whole.
Just like militaristic report style, tell him
Yeah.
what went on.
Yeah, you know. Okay. You're gonna tell them all like what would be the main points you're gonna tell them.
Let's see. Definitely the siege.
Okay.
I don't know what's important for them to know.
You should basically tell them the siege and kind of what happened.
Sure, I can handle that part.
Okay.
If anybody else wanted to chime in on any other parts, I could
Also-
take the hardest part.
Definitely will. Just going to mention the families that cited for and against, and then also that some of the information that we were told about the Navistas wasn't matching up with what we'd heard. Meaning, like, they weren't doing any sort of slave trade business. It was them moving refugees into the city.
Just seems kind of taking it and kind of staring at it. Just stares back kind of at the fire to think, thinking about it. Anyone else gonna add anything in?
Maybe Ibalsa would say something about the
I mean,
crawling of the pirates around the bay.
you boss or Saoirse?
Did I say Ibalsa?
Yes! I'm everybody tonight.
You're teenish?
Alright. You talk about the pirates all.
Yeah, just a little bit about that. Not much. Just like,
I heard that the Druidic Circle was aiding our navy. I thank you.
I'll pass. I didn't really do much. I'll just tell the.
I didn't do anything that special.
He's looking kind of just looking directly at you now. Don't sell yourself short. You wouldn't have been sent on this as agents of Freehaven if you did nothing.
I almost caught myself there. Saoirse nods and it's like, yeah.
You're all more important than you all know.
Ubalsa's also going to mention how the Minarans have been, like, taking hostages, and also that half of them managed to disappear from their isle before we got to them.
As soon as you mention Minaran, you see Nahiri just disassociate. Like,
She knew, yeah, she figured you weren't going to talk about it, so...
she's mentioning no.
And also that the Stragos are putting people in war machines. Their souls or whatever.
His eyebrow kind of raises, his look of confusion on his face.
You mean the Warforged?
Stragos. I apologize, Mr. Bosa, but I'm not just familiar with these families.
Nahiri at that point will chime in, being like Stragos, and give a detailed description of like what the Strago family does, who they are, etc. All the information they've gathered.
They're mostly like a criminal organization. The noble house.
Ubalsa's just mad. That's why she's probably providing unnecessary details.
He kind of smirks and kind of stares at you, Bosa. What have you gotten yourself into?
A lot. Too much.
Well, my answer hasn't changed. He kind of stares at you, Belle. I believe you can tell this to Lord Faustus, or to whoever you report to.
Yes.
Supplies I can provide, but I will not send my people off to die.
I will pass that along. Thank you, Lord Mayor.
Of course. Well, if you're all as tired as I am, I'm pretty sure we can all use a good night's sleep. We can talk more of this tomorrow. Before the celebration. During that, I want all of you to enjoy yourself. Kind of goes aside and kind of writes something down there. All right, hands for your award. I believe he's going to hold it up. Kind of hands it to you, Bill.
Take it.
Show this to Niva, and he will see that you are rewarded. The
Very well.
sum.
Thank you.
Let me send the guards back in. Rest well. Okay. Just kind of motions for you to leave, and he just kind of goes back to staring out right above the fireplace.
I head for the door.
As we're walking out, Nahiri's gonna go to you, Bolsa, and kind of like whisper, I thought you were being proposed to.
Do
you know what's in the box? Did we see the box?
I don't
I don't
think
She
you
wasn't
guys did.
hiding
No,
it.
opened
Were you
it.
guys- yeah, I was.
She probably would have been
I mean,
leering
I'm
over the
7
shoulder.
feet tall, and I
No, you guys were all too far. They kind
Too
of
far?
just
I heard-
opening it. The boss's body. Was
I
just-
heard it was a ring.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They never said it was a ring. They just said it was a matching pair.
Ascending stone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which
so you
could look
You
like
said
anything.
when she opened it,
heard, you said this is what you see.
it's a ring. Oh,
Yeah.
So,
sending some. Okay.
the
Never mind.
box is-
Scratch
the
that.
box
Heard
was
him
not
die.
talking.
So
It's
narrating.
reading.
Seraph and Tinish are still in the room.
no, they walk out.
No, okay.
Yeah. Sora's gonna look over to Ebulsa and say, "So who's this Amari?
Armiria.
Amiria, sorry."
Like, as we're walking out, I guess. She's
I've
my,
been smoking my pipe as you guys come out.
You spoke in the hall.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's my
that's
best
kind
friend.
of common back in the day.
No, I was just saying you're smoking in the hall.
Anyway.
She's, really important to me.
What does she get you?
Sending stone.
Nice. Should help with communications.
Yeah, I don't have to burn all my spells before I... You know what? I'm gonna stop talking.
Oh.
She walks off. She's power walking away.
And this Nahiri power walks after. She's curious now.
So when do we get our pay?
Belrothian takes out the slip of paper. Whenever we want now. Shows you the paper.
I take the paper. Where to?
Mr. Old, what's his name? With
I don't even remember who was in the study.
I believe
your favorite person.
Best you talk to him. I hand the paper off to you.
As long as you don't say anything rash.
Sir, Mr. Oakery.
Master.
Master Oakery.
Oh boy.
Maybe you could go find Garth. Maybe get that reward you were looking for.
By the way, you've also
It was
talked about
already
power
spoke
walk
of that we
far.
would be compensated by the Lord's coin instead of Garth's coin.
Oh, okay.
We all heard that.
Sorry, I thought it was... Never mind. I thought this was... No.
Yeah, Ebalsa would not have power walked far. She would have just walked off to make a statement.
A bit, if you will.
Yeah.
I start walking towards the coin master.
Okay. So who's heading off to the little like study area to the side?
Yeah, to the coin master.
All right. You're heading Bell. Who's following Bell there?
I would.
Well, I'm following Okri,
Are
I
you
guess,
following
because
Okri?
he went
Okay.
first.
So Cree, Bell, thing. Boss. I'm guessing you're all in there.
Yes.
Yeah, as well.
Everyone kind of
Nahiri's gonna
walking
hang out in the
there.
back. of the
I
room.
kind of knock on the door as I'm entering.
Doors open. Or you should knock on the. I was gonna say the door's open, but you
Yeah,
knock on it.
I'm knocking on it as
You
I
get
enter.
a look from the side. You kind of hear a groan.
Job's done, plus more. We have a stub for you to pay.
I have heard. Kind of just writing down.
Presents whatever thing.
Kind of quickly just takes it from your hands. Kind of looks at it, looks at all you. I'd be forced to agree with this. I got stamps and kind of writes in. It looks like he writes in a ledger.
If the force of his writing could kill, I'm sure we'd all be, like, dead.
And I have a shit-eating grin. I remember Garth speaking of 60 gold each, plus the 8 each from...
If you have one from Garth, that is between you and him.
Oh no, it's between the Lord Mayor. Where the Lord Mayor said he would pay what Garth would pay.
You're gonna hold up the paper. This is you each get 100 gold for the giants each.
Ooh. Then I'm happy with that.
He kind of just like puts it. Sorry, he says, looks like he's getting ready to crumple it up. And he puts it away in a book. He kind of snaps his fingers, and you see a kind of servant walk up and kind of talks to him to go again. Kind of disappears. And these fields,
They're not cursed. They were blessed.
imagine that. Fine. As you see, he kind of brings back, he kind of pulls out a smaller coin bag. Reaching in, kind of counting coins. Sora comes back with bags. Kind of takes the bags and motions for a table. Sora puts it at the table, put them down.
I'm watching over his shoulder as he's counting out the 8 gold that I stupendously.
How close are you to getting to him?
About 3 feet away.
Kind of looks at you and kind of turns his shoulder. I don't want to hurt your brain. The numbers might be too high for you.
Trust me. Not a thing for us dwarfs.
Kind of counting. Kind of goes to the table where the large kind of platter where there's each a bag and kind of puts down the gold. Here that goes. And there's 8 foot each of you in there. Take your bags and go.
Take my 300 plus the 8 and go.
100.
100.
There's 100 gold.
For each giant, right?
For each person.
Each person.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I take the 100 gold.
Yeah, he takes hers, bows her head a little bit and leaves.
Kind of stares at every person who grabs you. Kind of stares. Kind of stares at you.
I take it very
I
slowly
take mine,
with a
flinch a little,
shit-eating
just like-
grin, looking at the coin master.
Just like double glance, and I just like walk out. Just like, I didn't do anything.
You hear he grabs her
And
and
he
like
says,
smirks and like gives a wink.
Can I roll a
and walks
history?
off.
What was his name again?
You remember his name was Niver Ilestro.
What?
Niver Ilestro.
Is E less to his last name?
Yes.
I say, thank you, sir. Ilestro.
Lord.
Lord Ilestro. Takes the coin and then
Belrothin will be the last person to take it and then do a tiny bow and my thanks.
It's been good working with you, Ellie. Hopefully never again.
Eyes kind of narrow at you.
And he walks away.
Yeah. Or at least you gotta leave. Just looks like he just goes back to work if you look back. Alright, you guys are kind of showing way out. Come back to the front door, the guard's opening. Jim, what do y'all? Should I head back to the estate? To the Lowland estate?
I'm gonna see. I guess. Yeah. Never mind. I'm gonna head back there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lag
Yeah.
behind a little bit,
Okay.
like at the back of the group. I'm gonna dig through my bag and I'm gonna put the ring on.
me noticing this, I go,
Are you trying to hide it?
A little.
Equal stealth.
oh dang.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
You might actually be
32.
you actually be
Nice.
searched.
I could, even if I spotted it, I'd just like, oh, it's a ring.
I'm gonna say like you kind of just put your hand in, kind of feel for it, and open it in the,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
that's-
bag and just put it on.
What she did.
Okay. Anyone want to contest?
I can't
fucking
even
luck.
contest.
I have no business contesting.
All right.
It's none of my
I don't
business.
think I could beat that.
I can't be
It's not my place to understand the gravity of this.
All right.
That was one off from my max.
All right. So with the 32 you put on, and you're kind of the back group, and no one seems the wiser.
Good.
All right. You're just making your way to back to the manor and everything, the ground. All right. Kind of make your way there, and you see it's even later than when you left. It's now getting close to almost in like the middle of the night. Getting close to probably almost midnight even.
Cool. Snack before bed.
All right.
Hell yeah.
My thoughts exactly.
If there's a couple of servants up, you would know at all times. Servants up.
I just do stuff for myself. I don't like ask them to do anything.
Okay, you're just gonna go and raid the
Yeah,
pantry.
it's my house.
I'm gonna follow
I live
right
here.
behind and do exactly the same, but just add a little bit more portion size.
Okay.
You hear he's there with them.
I'm going back to my room.
I guess he'd find Nahirian for his free time, before the long rest teacher.
So you're gonna follow Nahiri as they go to the pantry?
Sure.
Okay.
And-
You forage all so Ibasa, Okri, Nahiri, and the large frame of Sora all kind of walk into the pantry. Before that, Belle, what are you doing?
He's gonna go up to his room and go read the letter.
You're free to read that now.
No, I'll read it whenever I want. Thank you.
Okay.
Never reads it.
I read the letter.
All right. All right. You four go into the pantry and you kind of get some snacks.
I start teaching her Draconic about like what the words of different snacks mean. Like, oh, this is what apple means, Draconic or whatever.
Yeah, she takes great interest in, like, she's like debating, like, do I grab snacks or do I write this down? She's very conflicted, but she like tries to pay attention as she's grabbing food. And then we'll ask for clarification on like how to pronounce it properly.
Ebalsa's just gonna pipe in occasionally and help.
She appreciates this.
I'm just chucking things into my bag of holding and then heading upstairs and sleeping.
Okay.
Well, eating. Walking up the
Just
stairs
walking
and eating. And then, yeah.
Okay. Are you putting the plate in your bag too?
No. Didn't bring a plate. I just put the snacks
So
in
you
the
have
bag
a
of
sack,
holding.
pretty much. Little
Yeah.
like napkin.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. How late are y'all gonna stay up or?
Going straight to bed.
Eat my food and then sleep.
Do the 2 hours prior, then to teach her Draconic, then go to bed.
Yeah.
All right. So it's about like 2 a.m. when you go to bed.
Pretty much.
Okay. So she went right to bed.
Yep.
Both of you went to bed. You didn't stay up like too late.
No.
So okay, around like
I took maybe 20 minutes to eat and then I went.
okay, so a little past midnight. Then you went to sleep.
I was
Same with
eating
you.
as I was walking up the stairs.
All right. With you, okay. All right.
Efficient.
Belle, did you go trance or?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say kind of night goes by. We're gonna say so. Belle, you wake up first. You're only needing 4 hours.
He'd wait maybe like an hour or so before taking the sending stone and contacting the High Marshal.
All right.
Word from the Lord Mayor of Honeyshore. He declines on sending military help, but he will, however, help with supply lines.
Takes a little bit here. Gotta get here. Good enough. Did you get the Shaw's parcels?
Yes.
Good. You may proceed as planned.
Yes, ma'am.
Hear nothing else.
Good. Then he'd probably go. Favorite new place is the place with all the books.
All right. You gonna go read? I mean, you can go. Did you go do some little sword play and whatnot, or you just gonna go read?
I mean, he hasn't really sussed out a good place for practicing, so.
You're gonna go and like read and just take leisure time.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I'll say, son Saoirse. You went to bed first, along with Belle, so you wake up.
Okay.
You wake up. It's pretty early in the morning. It's kind of almost 8. Just before 8 in the morning.
I'm gonna go down to see if there's breakfast ready.
You kind of wake up and sort of rise. Did you open the door? I don't know if you're really looking around.
Actually, I would probably look around first to see if a repeat of yesterday is happening.
You're always looking.
With your past perception, you see there's no one waiting around a corner. All the shadows seem to be just natural. And all the lights are still on. All the normal lights. Like,
Like lights? I thought they were lamps.
like candlelight and everything. So
Okay.
They're normal. Nothing seems to be coming from any other source. It's to all be natural.
Do I smell breakfast?
You kind of go out. You kind of smell as that you think they might be starting to make it. They smell. You do smell. Have a smell coming to you. The kind of the freshness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes it through your nostrils and just they've probably finished some parts of it, but not the whole entirety of the breakfast.
I'll probably just go outside and meander around the gardens until for maybe an hour or so.
Okay. You do realize the sun's not all the way up, so a lot of the flowers haven't really bloomed yet.
That's fine.
You just look at all the flowers, they're kind of closed, and you do see some of the gardeners also at work. Look like they're getting ready to, look like they're getting their supplies ready to take care of the garden.
I just want meander.
Okay.
I don't bother anybody or
Neander.
like meander.
You know,
Alright.
like meander.
Yeah, like yeah.
Well, Ibelsa, what are you doing?
She'd get up. She'd remember that she promised her mom that she'd perform with her, like, in the festival. So
Okay.
she's gonna take her time getting ready and, like, making herself look good.
Okay.
Eventually she'll probably head downstairs, see who else is up, and then maybe go find Teenish.
You gotta look around. You kind of, knowing your house, you kind of look around. You do find Belle kind of reading in over the
And just good morning, Belle.
Good morning.
She
Kind of-
continues.
flying up in the air. You kind of look around. You do, in part of our garden, you do see her. She kind of wandering in the gardens.
She's not gonna bother her.
Okay.
But you bothered me.
You were close. She looked into the room.
I'm just kidding.
You do realize that your other companions are still asleep.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna go look for Teenish.
All right. You do. You got You can't find Teenage out, so you think she might still be in her room.
I'm gonna go to her room's door and like listen to see if I can hear her sleeping, like snoring or something, or if she's like up and moving around.
You kind of go and listen. What's your passive perception?
13.
You hear some movement from in the room. Sounds like some stuff's kind of getting moved around.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
All right, just like nod to the kind of a slight pause. You hear something metallic getting moved, and here I come in.
Just gonna go in.
And just, you open the door and you see Tina's there, kind of and still kind of in the simple of tunic. Kind of the sleeves are rolled up. Looks like she got some metal kind of armor. It looks like she's like kind of shining it, and kind of looks like kind of making sure the repair's done on it.
Expecting a fight?
She kind of just see a smile, and then she kind of puts the armor down and kind of goes up to you and kind of gives you a hug.
I'll hug her
Walk it.
back.
I am good to know that you made it here safely. I am also glad that you and Sora found you.
Yeah,
I was
can
a
we
little
talk
worried.
about that?
Kind of pause. Kind of she's just kind of walking back to the armor. Kind of pauses. You kind of hear a deep sigh.
Look, Sora already told me why he was sent after me.
Kind of hasn't turned around yet. Just
Am I not owed an explanation?
kind of sits down. Kind of moves on the armor and sits down. She kind of see she's kind of just thinking. A lot of things have happened, Ibosa.
I've noticed.
What is it you wish to talk about?
Well, I mean, you did send a very tall, scary man after me completely unprompted and without warning. And then I was informed that, the church is after me?
I believe so. I believe the Temple of Bahamut will be seeking you out.
Can I get some details on that? Or am I just supposed to sit here quietly until they come?
You can roll insight. I'll give you advantage because you know her.
Okay. 17.
You realize she's not meeting you in eye to eye. She normally would.
I'll tell my mom.
Shit.
You know, she rolls her eyes, kind of. I believe information I have gathered. I believe it has to make. It involves your heritage.
Yeah, I got that.
And we're going to pause there. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Sora Feet Adventures. Please join us for the next episode.